Minister Lawrence Wong.
Mr. Chairman, I thank Associate Professor James Lim for his interest and comments on a digital Singdollar. MAS has been among the central banks at the forefront of experiments with central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, especially wholesale CBDCs starting over 5 years ago. It has been actively engaged in the international discourse on CBDCs among policymakers, industry, and academia. At this point, MAS has assessed that the case for a retail CBDC in Singapore is not compelling. Several other central banks have taken the same view for now, such as the US Federal Reserve, Bank of Canada, and the Reserve Bank of Australia. The reasons typically offered for issuing retail CBDCs are not very relevant to MAS and Singapore at this juncture. Some of the reasons usually offered are that CBDCs can ensure financial inclusion or enable cheaper and faster payments. Financial inclusion is not a significant problem in Singapore, and electronic payments in Singapore have also become pervasive, seamless, and efficient. The rollout of Fast Pay Now and SGQR in recent years means that cheap and fast payments are widely available domestically via bank-based payment systems. And we are linking up this infrastructure with those abroad, which will open up more cross-border electronic payment solutions over time. Government transfers are disbursed efficiently through digital means, including through the last 2 years of the COVID crisis. And the payment system is becoming even more innovative and competitive as more payment service providers are being admitted through the Payment Services Act and the new digital banks begin operating. In short, we are using improvements in payment technology and competition to achieve our objectives of cheap and fast payments for all using existing forms of central bank-backed money. This does not mean that MAS has ruled out introducing a retail CBDC at some stage. The case for a CBDC could strengthen if foreign digital currencies become more widely used locally, although we are far away from that situation today. Innovative CBDC applications may also make them more attractive. MAS therefore continues to build up its technological and institutional capabilities in the CBDC space. MAS has embarked on Project Orchid to build the technical competencies necessary to issue a digital Singapore dollar should we decide to do so in future. It also organized a global CBDC challenge last year to surface innovative technology solutions. Issuing a retail CBDC will not be a minor decision. There are important risks and uncertainties that come with creating a new form of money. MAS has set out clearly in a paper that it published on the topic in November 2021. A digital Singapore dollar must be secure and robust once it is implemented. The banking system needs to be able to adapt to its introduction, and monetary and financial stability cannot be compromised. This is a complex undertaking, and careful, practical experimentation alongside industry players will be necessary if we do decide to proceed with a retail CBDC at some stage. Overall, MAS will continue to prepare for the possibility of issuing a digital Singapore dollar, but does not see an immediate case for doing so. On the second cut by Mr. Gerald Giam, last year, MAS engaged the major retail banks on initiatives to enhance financial inclusion for ex-offenders. And since January this year, the banks have been offering, as part of a pilot exercise, limited-purpose bank accounts to persons whom banks have assessed may pose higher risk of being implicated in financial crimes. And these include ex-offenders and those under investigations or pending charges for financial crimes. The pilot exercise will allow banks a chance to obtain feedback and refine the product before the accounts are officially launched in the second half of this year. The functionalities and safeguards for limited-purpose bank accounts are designed to enable individuals to meet their basic banking needs, like receiving salaries and paying bills. To mitigate risk of abuse, the accounts are subjected to enhanced monitoring measures. For example, banks will check that individuals are only receiving funds from specified sources which have been agreed upon at account opening, including salary payments from employers, government disbursements, and insurance payouts. These functionalities and safeguards will be adjusted as necessary after the current pilot. The limited purpose bank accounts will address the needs of most ex-offenders and persons under investigations or facing charges. However, there may be a small number of individuals whom banks have assessed to pose unacceptable risk. For example, this might include individuals who have committed serious crimes involving the violation of targeted financial sanctions. MES will continue to work with the Singapore Police Force or on further ways to enable financial inclusion for individuals who have been involved in financial crimes while ensuring that the risks are properly managed.